In this video, we're going to cover everything you need to know about how to use seafoam motor treatment in a snowmobile. Now, the first thing I want to say is using seafoam in a snowmobile fuel system and how it works in an upper engine is just super easy. The same applies to how you'd use it in motorcycles, ATVs, virtually all power sports equipment. The second thing is to remember that seafoam is made from gentle petroleum cleaning and lubricating oils. Never be bashful when adding a high concentration of seafoam to clean the fuel system. Now, this snowmobile here is a 2-stroke direct fuel injection engine. There are also 4-stroke engines, and up until about 20 years ago, snowmobiles were carbureted 2-stroke engines, and a lot of those machines are still working today. With a carburetor, fuel is drawn from the tank through a series of circuits. There's the needle and seat, jet and float bowl, then a nozzle that feeds fuel droplets into the combustion chamber. With direct injection, fuel injectors spray fuel directly into the combustion chamber. Whether your snowmobile has a carburetor or fuel injectors, 2-stroke or 4-stroke, how you use seafoam and fuel is all the same. Snowmobiles are used for all kinds of reasons, a lot for recreation, people race them. I use my snowmobiles for hauling wood and to get around ice fishing. And here's how I use seafoam. Snowmobiles, at least my snowmobiles, sit around for weeks or months at a time without use. So I always have seafoam in the fuel to keep the fuel stable, and it lubricates upper engine parts to keep them protected when I'm not using it. Another thing I do at least 1 or 2 times a season, or if you have a machine that starts hard or has a rough idle, I add a whole can to a low tank of fuel. Then I run it for a few miles to get seafoam working through the fuel passageways. I shut it off and let it sit for a night or two to hot soak and clean. Then add fresh fuel when I'm ready to operate. So the last thing we're going to cover is how to get a snowmobile ready for seasonal storage. This is the last day of the year I'm going to use this snowmobile. I just need to get this stuff unloaded. Then we'll jump ahead, we'll get the snowmobile loaded up on the trailer, and I'll show you how I get it prepared for putting it away for the season. So the first thing I do is I make sure I run the fuel tank down to as low as I can go. With the engine running, I add a full can and continue to let it run to draw the high concentration mixture through the intake. When I park it, I'll pull the plugs and spray each plug hole with seafoam spray to lubricate the cylinder cavities. That's it. So here's the deal. Seafoam in your fuel is always working to clean your fuel passageways, lubricate upper cylinders, and when you're storing your snowmobile, it works to stabilize the fuel and lubricate the intake and upper cylinders to protect from corrosion. It's that simple. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching.